Hi, guys. Good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I had a theory on my mind that I wanted to share with you guys because I've been thinking about it for a while. I've recently watched back to back It and It Chapter 2, both of which I immensely enjoyed, especially It Chapter 2, because I heartily agree with Bill Hader, who played the grown up version of Richie Tozier. He described it as a horror epic, and I agree with him 100%. It was scary, entertaining, funny, satisfying, monstrous, and I just flat out want to see Bill Skarsgård return to the role of Pennywise one day. And I know there was some chatter and some talk online about a month or two before It Chapter 2 came out last fall that could we ever get a It Chapter 3 or a third It film. Now, before I go on to explain all that, of course, spoiler warning, I will or may be referencing both It and It Chapter 2 in key scenes and spoilers and whatnot, so if you've not seen either film, you may not want to keep watching or listening to this video as I will be frequently referencing both movies. So you have been warned in case you haven't seen either one, and I may accidentally drop or reveal a big spoiler. Well, I am about to reveal a big spoiler. That being said, this is your last warning. At the end of It Chapter 2, the big grand finale, the ending is pretty much the same as it is in the book, in the original novel. The adult losers unite, defeat Pennywise, kill him, rip out his heart, and then that is the end of Pennywise. He disintegrates, he is dead, gone for good, forever. They finally rid Derry of this monster, and they can go on resuming and living somewhat normal, peaceful, happy lives. Now, if they were going to make a third It film, obviously it couldn't follow this story because Pennywise is dead. They could, however, do an It prequel story because it has been around for millions of years. We saw it crash land on Earth, millions of years ago, and it came into conflict with the local Native American tribe, and eventually when Derry was settled into a small community and then became a town, disaster struck every 27 years, or horrific accidents or freak occurrences did, and Pennywise was probably responsible or behind most of it, all the while eating the people of Derry, mostly kids. But in the It prequel story, maybe we could see him expand his palate, so to speak. Maybe we see him attacking and eating livestock before he turns his attention on humans and he starts eating adults, and then he discovers it's easier to eat children, or maybe he discovers children taste better because they're more likely to be frightened and scared easier than adults would be or are. So they could explore stuff like that, and then instead of having a group of kids be the ones to take him on and bring him down like in the first two films, they could include some kid actors and characters, but it'd be interesting to include a couple of adults who have seen some things they can't explain, and they can't quite convince the rest of the townspeople that there's a very real serious threat amongst them. And Pennywise, of course, is that threat. I don't know, I'm just pulling ideas out of my ass here, but I just think it would be really interesting and scary to see a story centered around It/Pennywise in the early 1800s, the early 1900s, years and years before Stephen King's novel ever occurs. Now, who could make this movie? Ideally, the guy who brought us It and It Chapter 2, Andy Muschietti. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be available anytime soon, and that's not just due to the coronavirus that is shutting down production across film and television, but also he is signed on to direct the long-awaited Flash movie for Warner Brothers in DC. Unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, that film is currently stuck in development like it has been for the past many years. But, now it's stuck in development like countless other films and TV shows. But that is his next big project after It Chapter 2. He said he's going to be directing The Flash. I'm sure they're working and fine-tuning the script. The movie is set to come out June of 2022, and hopefully it still will, despite the coronavirus pandemic. My point is, we aren't going to see It Chapter 3 or an It prequel story from him anytime soon. However, could we see it in a couple more years? Yeah, I think we could, because I thought he did such a great job handling the first two films. I would love to see him helm a third movie. And I would also just love to see Bill Skarsgård return to the role, because he was funny, scary, creepy, monstrous. And if there was a moment or a scene in the It prequel story when he turns into a truly monstrous form, when he becomes half clown and half spider in It Chapter 2 towards the end of the film, that is seriously such a highlight for me. in that movie, and I would love to see him do something similar in an It prequel story, or maybe if not that exact physical form, something along those lines. Whatever, something that's really big, scary, and gnarly. And yeah, those are my thoughts on an It Chapter 3 or It prequel story. So I think it could be done. I'm sure many people would love to see it. I don't think we're going to get it anytime soon, but we could get it one of these days. So you just got to keep on hoping and believing. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for my theory and speculation video and allowing me to go on and on, of course. Stay home, stay safe, and don't forget to wash your hands. Thanks again for watching this video, and stay tuned to this channel for more theory videos, as there isn't a whole lot for me to cover nowadays, so I'll be throwing some more videos out there for your viewing enjoyment. Have a great rest of your night, and of course, until next time, may the force be with you.